Hi, I'm Lauren Newbert, Development Coordinator for Volunteers of America Dakotas in Rapid City in the Western Regional Office. And the reason I'm talking to you today is because you volunteered to be one of our table captains at our annual Partners Breakfast coming this April 18th, Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center in the Rushmore Hall North. We want to thank you for coming on board as one of our table captains. You have to know how important your function is to make a success of this very important fundraiser for Volunteers of America. As a table captain, we ask you to invite 7 people to your table for Partners Breakfast. This way we will eventually, with all of our table captains participating, have approximately 400 people attending our Partners Breakfast event. You are the leader or captain of your table, and your participation is very important. As a table captain, your responsibilities are to welcome your guests. You are the table host, and you will welcome your guests to the table at the event. You will also invite all the guests to your table. So that, again, is another important function. And at the table, you will be distributing pledge packets to each one of your guests at the appropriate time during the event. Now, let's get started. I know, thinking about it, you might think, oh dear, I don't know 7 people to invite to my table. But I really think if you stop to think about all of the people you know in the community, you have probably a pretty long list of people that would be interested in listening to the message of Volunteers of America and attending our Partners Breakfast. People that you should invite would include your friends. You have a circle of friends that may be community-minded like you are and would be willing to come to our event. Or family, of course. Family is most welcome. We urge you to invite all your relatives. And then again, we also have business associates. Business associates would include anybody on your email list, anybody you do business with, anybody that in the community that you believe might be like-minded with you and concerned about the welfare of our community and might be willing to support our nonprofit organization. Now, how do you go about inviting these guests? Well, it's very, very simple. To get to 7 guests, why don't you send them an email or call them on the phone or perhaps networking when you are visiting with them at, for instance, the chamber mixer or something. There's a lot of different ways to approach people, and you should really use all the methods you can to make sure that you have 7 guests at your table. Now, why is it so important we get your 7 guests? This is our major fundraiser of the year. We only do this one fundraiser, and we need all of our guests to attend to help us meet our goals, to help with our mission and our programs here in Rapid City. Volunteers of America is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with a mission here in Rapid to empower those in our community who are most in need to become self-sufficient. Now, when should you invite these guests? Well, the event is April 18th. So probably it's a good idea to have your friends, family, and business associates mark their calendars now. Make sure they've got the date cleared and marked in their calendar and reserved for you. April 18th is quickly approaching, and we want to make sure that their calendars are clear and they're able to attend. So as I would recommend that you get in touch with them immediately and start asking people right away to be your guest at your table at Partners Breakfast. Let's talk about a pre-event checklist, just so that you are prepared and know what to do with your guests prior to the event. It's important to reconfirm with your guests at least 1 week prior to the event, because if they should in fact have to cancel for some reason, you can quickly try to replace them on your list. So at least 1 week before the event, reconfirm with each guest and make sure that they're able to come. As a table captain, we're hoping you can come at least a half hour to 15 minutes early. So that would put you at our event about 7 o'clock or 7:15 a.m. on the day of the event, just so you can orient yourself to the table and kind of get used to what you're going to be doing and see the facility and the layout, that kind of thing. Have any last minute questions, I will be there. You can ask me at that time. And it will just help facilitate things if you can come a little bit early. I would highly recommend that you call each of your guests the night before to remind them about the event the next morning. People, even though many times people will just simply forget, and it's important that you give them a quick call and remind them the night before that the event is the next day and they need to be there bright and early at 7:30. And you can ensure them, by the way, that they'll be out of there by 8:30 a.m. because our event is from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and we hold strictly true to those time frames. Now, what is the role of the table captain during a partner's breakfast? This is a very important aspect and really the essence of what you're doing there as a table host. You are a host to your guests at the table, answering any questions they might have about the event and what's expected of them, and which really nothing is expected of them except to, listen to our message and learn information about Volunteers of America. At one point during the presentation, we will be asking everybody in the audience if they would pledge to Volunteers of America and help us further our mission here in Rapid City. Now, we're not twisting any arms. This is not the way we do business. We do not try to guilt people into donating to us, not even close. We do make an ask, however, and this is where you come in. As table host, once you hear the speaker ask you to pass out the pledge packets at your table, you will pass them out. Now, you can pass them out early. Some people like to have them passed out early in advance so that when their guests arrive, they're sitting right there at their place setting. You can do that. If not, you can wait until the speaker asks you to pass out the pledge packets, and you can put them, give them to each one of your guests. Also, as part of this year's activity, we are going to be doing a silent auction on a bed and breakfast packages we've gotten donated this year. That will be sitting at their place setting as they arrive, so you don't necessarily have to worry about that, but I did want to alert you to the fact that we also are doing this silent auction on the bed and breakfast packages that they can bid on when they first arrive at the table. Now, how you can help with the pledge donations at your table is to set the example. You are the captain of your table, so to speak. You're the leader at the table, and your participation is critical in indicating to your guests how they should proceed and how they should behave when they receive the pledge packets. Even if you're not going to, even if you feel you cannot donate or you just simply don't have the funds to donate or for whatever reason can't donate to us this year, if you would at least fill out the pledge packet or fill out the pledge card with your name, address, etc., your behavior will be mimicked by your guests. They will see you and they will see what you're doing at the table with the pledge card, and they will then hopefully copy your behavior and fill out their pledge cards and maybe give us a donation. As I said, this is not high pressure. We don't twist any arms. This is just something that needs to be done because we, in fact, are there to raise money for our organization. Without these important funds, Volunteers of America could not fulfill our mission here in Rapid City. We are working with those most in need, the poorest of the poor in our community, and all of these funds are very critical to help us keep doing business here in Rapid City. At the end of the time period when we fill out the pledge cards, you would collect them from each person and put them back in the envelope that is provided at your table. You would then leave the envelope at your table, and it will be collected by a member of our staff at the conclusion of the breakfast. If you have any questions at all during this entire process, feel free to flag down anybody, any member of the staff that you see around the breakfast, and we will certainly come to you and help you with any questions you might have. Now, as follow-up to Partners Breakfast, it's important to note that we need to say thank you to the people that attend our breakfast. And so I'm asking you to call each one of your guests after the event and tell them thank you for attending and thank you for your donation. We appreciate it very much. It's important that people are recognized when they do donate. And as table captain, it's important for you to recognize your guests and thank them for their help with Volunteers of America. Also, another aspect of the follow-up proceedings are that we want to know about your experience as a table captain. Please call me or drop me an email and let me know how it went. I want to know how you felt about your experience, anything you'd like to see change for the future, or anything at all, any kind of comments you have on the program or the proceedings during Partners Breakfast. Thank you so much again for volunteering to help with our annual Partners Breakfast fundraiser. Without you, this is not possible. This is our most important fundraiser of the year, and the funds, all funds raised at Partners Breakfast stay here in our community to work and help us with our mission and our important programs here in our community. Again, my thanks, and please feel free to contact me directly if you have any questions about this video or any comments you'd like to make. You can reach me at 341-8336 or at my email address, l.newbert@voa-dakotas.org. Thank you again, and good luck. I'd be happy to see you at Partners Breakfast. Thank you.